Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt. Welcome to another week of training. This is our Monday workout. We're going to start off with our warm-up. It's going to be a 600-meter jog and then come back in, and we're just going to grab a PVC pipe or a barbell. If you're comfortable with the barbell, just go ahead and grab that. If you want a little bit of extra time warming up, go ahead and grab a PVC. But I would like for you to do a couple minutes of stretching, or we're just practicing the front rack position, stretching the overhead position, maybe do a few pass-throughs, right? And then practice that bar path of the clean. Practice some front squat bottom stretch where we're just getting the elbows out front, stretching out the ankles and the hips. So basically try to move through all of the different body positions that we're going to use on the clean and jerk and the deadlift at a light weight, and just getting your heart rate up a little bit, stretching out those joints, getting a good movement prep in. And then we're gonna go into 3 rounds through of this barbell complex, right? It will start with 4 reps of a Romanian deadlift. So RDL is just a really deep hamstring stretch. With the empty bar, some of you guys can get really, really low on this, but I want everyone to maintain their back posture and just stretch out those hammies and glutes for 4 reps. Next, we're gonna do 3 reps of our clean lift off. So now we are gonna be bending the knees. Get down in that bottom of the clean, or the setup for the clean, and think hips down lower. My knees are extending and they're showing in front of my arms. My chest is up, my eyes are up, and I'm just going from that mid-shin position until the middle of the kneecap. Mid-shin, middle of the kneecap. The next ones are gonna be from the hang. So we're gonna go our hang clean high pull. So from the top of the knees, hit the legs and pull up. Hit the legs and pull up. Now we're gonna do hang power clean. Right? Hang power clean. And from the hang power clean, we're gonna go overhead 4 times, but I wanna change from push press to push jerk, all right? So feel the difference between the movements. We'll get through that whole sequence 3 times. You do not need to add a lot of weight, but by the end of it, I want you to at least have the barbell and have done that circuit with the barbell. And within that circuit, there is a clean and there is a jerk, although they're separated. And that's what we're gonna be doing for the workout today. So it's gonna be relatively low reps. So as we go through the clean and jerks for today, and there is no time component on it, so I would like for you to try to get as heavy as you can with still good technique at the end, all right? So it'll be 2 sets of 3, 2 sets of 2, 2 sets of 1. And then if you feel like going for a bonus rep at the end, that's totally fine. Because at the end of this, when you finish your clean and jerks, it is mostly accessory with some deadlift in it. So the deadlift is still meant to be heavy. It is still some pretty challenging percentages as you get up to it. It's 4 sets of 6. Starting at 75%, and starting at 70%, and then trying to move up into the low 80s for percentages for 6 reps of the deadlift, all right? So that's how we'll start each circuit. The circuits are not for time, right? But they will get your heart rate up. They will have some metabolic intensity to them, but I want you to rest at the end of the circuit so that you can put all of your effort and a fresh effort into the deadlift. So think of it as like an extended superset for your deadlifts, right? So deadlifts is from the shins up to the hips, and then back to the ground. All right, after you finish your deadlifts, we're gonna do one of our knee and lower extremity rehab exercises, the front foot elevated split squat. So I'm in about a lunge length stance here, but I don't wanna think lunge. Lunge is more vertical. This is forward, and I'm trying to get down as low as possible, get my hamstring on top of my calf, stretch out the Achilles on that leg that's forward, and drive this knee as far forward of my toe as I can, and then push backwards and up. So it's forward and down at an angle, and then backwards and up. All right, that's our front foot elevated split squat. And I want you to be holding a weight in your hands while you do it. So a 35 to 55 pound weight. If you want to stretch out the first set and just feel the movement, that's fine. But I would like for you to build up to something relatively challenging as we go through that. Next one is a hip strength movement, all right? So a foam roller, we're gonna be sitting down with the foam roller pinched between our knees like so, and then we're just gonna rotate our legs outward and hold for a second, and then back to the relaxed position. Rotate our legs outward and back to the relaxed position. I got my hands right next to my legs, and I'm leaning back slightly when I do this, okay? Last one is V sit-ups. So the V sit up, if you think about our Romanian deadlift, then I'm hinging at the hips, right? So what's stretching is my hamstrings and my glutes. I'm not just crunching my torso towards my toes, right? I'm gonna think about the exact same motion, but on the ground, right? So from this standing up position, I'm hinging at the hips, right? As opposed to just crunching my shoulders towards my knees, okay? And that's a big difference in what's moving. It's lower abdominals and hip flexors as opposed to upper abdominals and spine, all right? That's where I wanna be for that movement. We're going all 4 times through that sequence, but make sure after the V sit-ups, you're stopping, you're resting, you're catching your breath because the deadlifts are gonna get harder on the next set, all right? That's it for this Monday. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I will see you on Tuesday.